And welcome into Getting Help from Uncle Sam. You know, the general election is just about 2 weeks away. When you think about elections, you don't normally think about the Secretary of State's office. In fact, some of you may not even know what the Secretary of State does, but he is the Chief Election Officer for the state of Alabama. And in that role, he has to be sure that they're done, more importantly, that the elections are done right. And today we have with us the Secretary of State, John Merrill, and welcome aboard. We're about 2 weeks out, and we brought you here today to let our viewers know things they really need to know going into this general election.
Well, the first thing we need to know is that you have to be a registered voter in order to participate in the electoral process. That's first and foremost. And of course, the last day to register is October 22nd.
Okay.
Now, we've made it as easy as possible to register to vote.
Yes.
And if you can't get to the courthouse and get an application, and you can't get to the post office or get an application, if you have a valid Alabama driver's license, all you have to do is download the mobile app at Vote for Alabama, and you can register to vote for the very first time. Or if you've moved from New Hope to Good Hope, or Phil Campbell to Spruce Pine, or if you move from Montgomery to Wetumpka, you can simply change your voter registration record without ever leaving the comforts of your home if you use the electronic registration system. And more than 950,000 people have used the system.
Wow.
And we're really excited about that
Nice.
in order to make it easier for people. But the valid Alabama driver's license is the credential that lets us know, number one, that you're a U.S. citizen and you're a resident of Alabama.
Okay, so you have, what about picture IDs? You hear a lot about
now
picture
when you
IDs.
go to vote.
When you go to vote,
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
when.
You have to have a valid Alabama driver's license. And we want everybody to know that there are certain credentials that are available to be used. Obviously, the valid Alabama driver's license, the non-driver ID card that you can get at the DMV, Alabama voter ID, a military ID, any other type of government ID, a school ID. There's about 10
different sources.
any type, yes, like a tribal ID, any number of different things qualify, and they're listed on our website at Alabamavotes.gov. But we're excited about what we've been able to do to reach out to our people. As a matter of fact, since January the 19th, 2015, we've registered 1,095,861 new voters in Alabama.
Isn't that something?
And we now have 3,434,863 registered voters in Alabama. Both those numbers are unprecedented and unparalleled in the history of the state. Now, we've removed more than 450,000 people from the voter rolls because those people moved away, passed away, or been put away. And whenever that happens, they need to come off the roll. Yes, sir.
Especially if you've been put away.
That's right.
So what percentage of the population is actually registered to vote? Do you
93.
That
is
93% of the people in Alabama that are eligible to vote are registered to vote. We're very, very excited about that. As a matter of fact, 2 weeks ago,
That's great.
I got a notice from my friend Alex Padilla, who is the Secretary of State in California, and he was telling me about all the people they've registered to vote. It was like 1.3 million college students that they had registered during National Voter Registration Month. And I sent him a message and shared the numbers that I just shared with y'all, and he said, per capita, you are kicking my tail. And I said, but you have so many people in California that there's a difference.
Relatively.
They got more in a city than we've got in a state.
That's right. But you know, you have to remember this. No state in the Union has done more to promote voter registration or achieved voter registration designation for their citizens than we have in the last 3 years, 9 months, and 22 days. I've had the privilege to serve as your Secretary of State.
Well, I know the stats have risen tremendously since you came on board, so we're proud.
The important question, obviously, people are going to go to the polls, and somebody might say, I think something wasn't right here. Maybe there's some funny business going on.
And if they do, if they see something that's irregular, inconsistent, if they're concerned, they can simply go to stopvoterfraudnow.com on our website and issue a report.
That on the screen.
Yes, sir. Or if they don't have access to the internet, they can call our office at 334-242-7200, and we'll be happy to give it attention.
Okay, so at each poll, there's a poll watcher.
Yes, sir.
But those poll watchers are really members of the different parties, are they not?
Yes, sir. Now,
Okay.
we have an inspector.
Okay.
And we have an individual who's been hired to coordinate the activities of the poll workers. And then we have the poll workers, and then we have poll watchers.
Okay.
Poll watchers may be assigned by candidates,
Okay.
may be assigned by the parties to go and to observe what's actually happening. And when that occurs, then you feel as though you have an objective bystander that's
Right.
paying attention to what's going
Right.
on.
So if you're at the poll, something happens, chances are there's somebody there that can address it like
Yes,
that.
sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. But if not,
You
there-
still-
yes,
you
sir.
still have those other
Or they can call
sources.
me on my cell phone at 334-328-2787.
Okay.
And we'll be happy to assign someone to that location.
Great. The website is very good. You can go to the Secretary of State's website, go to the portion that talks about elections, learn about the amendments.
Yes, sir.
Read them, understand them. They're very important this
Yes,
time.
sir.
Also, read about the candidates.
Yes,
Learn
sir.
about them.
And if you want to, you can learn more about the amendments from the Fair Ballot Commission's narrative that's been produced. That
And that's on your site
Yes,
also?
sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir. And so that answers a lot of questions
Great.
about what the intent of the legislation was, what the amendments actually mean, how they'll be enforced, who they affect, all of those things.
Great. Thank you so much.
Great.
Yes, sir.
And just remember, it's right around the corner. More
Wow.
importantly, the biggest message we can give you is get out and vote. It's not just your right, it's your responsibility.
Amen.
Because you have children and grandchildren, they're going to rest on the things that you do today. And we'll be right back right after this.